you changed your mind.
It took me a while to come up with a plausible story for Lucky to tell Luke, plus this is halfway across town.
Well, there's less chance of anyone recognizing us here. Are you sure you weren't followed?
I'm sure. Now, will you please tell me what this is all about? Because if you don't, I'm going to turn right around, get back in my car, and go home.
Don't go. I'll tell you what you want to know. And when I asked you about the game, Di Moria, you described a woman sitting in the window of an old house. Do you have any idea who that woman is?
My mother?
That is precisely what Helena wants you to believe. I knew it. As soon as you told me the game was called Di Moria. My mother never believed you paid enough. She always insisted you owed atonement.
But what has this got to do with my mother? She's already dead. Unless you're saying that she's not.
Helena knows that you are under my protection. She has no access to you, your children, or even your miserable husband. But she could still use your mother against you if you believed she was alive.
And she's not. Tell me! You tell me right now or I will never forgive you. Is my mother alive or dead?
Television.
Sorry, I had no idea. I just, is everything okay?
Oh, Lucas is fine, if that's what you're asking. Not that I would have any way of knowing where you were if you weren't.
Yeah, I was going to call you tonight and give you my new number. I've just been busy.
I see. Well, I won't keep you. Actually, this is quite a coincidence because I've come to tell you that Lucas and I have a new phone number and a new address as well.
I don't understand.
We've moved out of the brownstone.
Why? Is there a problem?
No, just the opposite. I got married.
I am the one who was given the order to kill your mother.
You...
Helena was testing my mettle, my loyalty.
You confide in me about how much you love me, and then you tell me that you killed my mother? Stop the car.
No.
Stop the car!
No, listen to me.
No! Never again! Stop the car!
Lasha, stop! No, don't do this!
Stop the car!
So you loathe me now, is that it?
Yes.
Well, good. Somewhere Helena is satisfied. You know, she gave me the task of killing your mother so that I could never go to you, so you'd never trust me again.
Don't you dare paint yourself as a victim. You killed an innocent woman.
Would you have chosen differently?
Oh, of course I
Then
would.
do it! Do it right now! You have 5 seconds, and don't let me see the decision cross your face. You refuse to kill Leslie Weber, and you will be exiled, probably killed. You'll certainly never see Nicholas again. An innocent child will be raised by a monster to be a monster. Choose right now!
I can't.
Well, I did. And I would do it again. Your mother's life was insignificant compared to Nicholas's. When Helena gave her order, I never blinked. I knew better than to give anything away.
He's asleep?
Yes.
You read to him, didn't you? Perhaps you missed your calling. You should have been a nanny.
Well, Nicholas will need another one now that his own has disappeared. More of your work, I assume? Is there another reason you demanded to see me?
She made contact with the nanny.
Laura?
She's violated the conditions. She pays the forfeit. I want you to kill her mother. You're Stavros' brother and my son. It is your duty to see to it that atonement is paid.
I'd consider it done.
Surprise me, Stefan. Or don't bother to return.
You killed my mother for Nicholas?
You got married.
You seem surprised.
Shocked would be more accurate.
Why? Did you think that because you didn't want anything more to do with me, I was just going to crawl off into a corner somewhere and stop living?
No, I just didn't expect you to rush into a marriage so quickly.
Just following your example.
She's making this up.
Is that what you think of me? That I'm so desperate I'd come over here and lie? Well, tell me something, Carly. Did you think I went out and bought this for myself?
And you married whom?
Stefan Cassadine.
Leslie Weber meant nothing to me. But she was your mother. And you would have wanted me to save her.
Since when have my wants or needs ever mattered to your family? I didn't want to be kidnapped. I didn't want to marry Stavros.
Did you want your son?
Every day of his life. From the moment that he grew inside me to when I left him on that island, and every endless year that we were separated after that, but like everything else, it carried no weight compared to what Helena wanted and the House of Cassadine demanded. Vengeance, retribution, death after death after death.
She enjoyed telling you the way your mother died.
She savored it.
Please tell me this isn't true.
Stefan and I were married last night.
And you and Lucas moved in with him?
He's really very fond of Lucas. And he's fixed up a huge, beautiful room for him at Windermere.
Forgive me, but I don't care how much Cassadine likes my son.
Well, maybe you should, Tony. Lucas likes him a lot. And Nicholas is treating him like a brother. He's really very happy.
So I guess all Lucas needed was just to get away from his real father, right? What's next, a pony? Is that part of the deal? Stefan spoils him so rotten that he can't feel that bad about losing his father, or is this a competition, so you just get rid of me entirely?
Oh. And you know that I would never let that happen.
I don't know you at all anymore. How could you do this without talking to me?
The way you talk to me about Carly? Tell me something. How is it You get to do whatever you want without discussion, and I need permission to cross the street.
Carly and I don't affect Lucas in the same way. We're not the reason that he's being uprooted overnight and moved to some island populated by weirdos.
Those weirdos just saved the hospital where you and I happen to work. And how dare you imply that I have somehow endangered the welfare of our son?
You did this to get back at me. You did it out of pure spite.
You fell in love with Carly. I fell in love with Stefan. The only difference is I'm not ashamed of the relationship I'm in.
Get out of my house.
Gladly. The smell of delusion is overwhelming. You know, I don't believe what's happened to you. Look at yourself. A world-class surgeon shacked up with a girl young enough to be your daughter. Tell me something, Tony. Just how do you plan to introduce her to your colleagues?
Anybody that doesn't like Carly can go to hell.
You guys, stop it, both of you! I can't listen to this anymore.
I already knew that my mother was dead. I cried all the way on the flight from Amsterdam, so much so that it was very hard to see. That's why I didn't notice Helena until she was right in front of me in the airport in Athens. And I froze. And she smiled. This terrible, gloating smile, and she said,
"A life for a life. As you took my son, so I took your mother." And you said, "No." Your voice was soft and broken. And then she went on to say that it was your fault because you tried to see your son. And she said because you deprived Nicholas of his mother, it was only right you'd be deprived of yours. And then you screamed no over and over again.
she told you.
She taped it. I had to listen to your agony, unaffected, while she told you the details of the accident. Then she said you fell to your knees sobbing as she walked away.
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember anything until I got off the plane in Cairo. And I saw Luke. He asked me what was wrong. I said I was upset about my mother. He said he understood, but he didn't know what could. I can't believe I'm sitting next to the man who did it.
You're not.
You just said that...
I said I was given the order to kill her. And it would have been prudent to do so. But there's no prudence in my love for you, Lasha. There never was.
Okay, you win.
What?
You win whatever this game is that you're playing with me. I'm begging you, tell me, is my mother alive or dead?
Yes, she's alive.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
I knew what I was risking. Nicholas's soul, possibly his sanity, but I knew how much you loved your mother. I couldn't kill her.
I was supposed to arrange for a car accident. I had planned to go to your mother and tell her that if I didn't stage her death, Helena would surely kill her. But I never got the chance.
But then the accident did happen?
Yes, Yes, I was following her that day. And when I saw her car go out of control, I realized that Helena had not trusted me with the task. She'd obviously sent someone to tamper with the car. She was on her way off a cliff. I forced her to swerve into the hillside. Now, when I found her, she was unconscious. I had only a few moments to decide, but then I injected her, as I had planned.
With what?
A drug that simulates death. Sometimes causes it. Now, the accident was reported. Her body was taken to General Hospital. After she was identified, she was replaced by another woman's body and revived.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All these years. She's alive. She's alive. Oh my God.
There's an old saying, Carly. If you can't stand the heat, you should stay out of the kitchen. Enjoy your new place.
This discussion about Lucas is far from being over.
Maybe you should come pay him a visit before you jump to conclusions about his welfare. But then we both know that this isn't about Lucas, is it? You just don't like the fact that I got married. I'm sure everything would have been just fine if I'd been a good little ex-wife and I've crawled off into a corner somewhere and I spent all of my time thinking about all of the things that I did wrong. You know, the amazing thing is that if it weren't for Stefan, I probably would have done just that.
You didn't have to marry him, you know.
Why? Because you disapprove?
Oh, it wasn't just me. Luke's warned you about that man more times than anybody can count.
Well, you know, my brother talks a good game, but where was he when I needed him?
Don't rewrite history. He was there. You just didn't want to hear what he had to say. And the bottom line is you acted impulsively and destructively. And I'm not going to stand here while my son gets caught in the fallout.
Lucas will be just fine. Worry about your own happiness.
Thanks, but that's something he won't have to worry about as long as I'm around.
Do you swear that I'm gonna see her tonight?
I should warn you, she may not recognize you. She's never fully recovered from the accident.
The accident or what you injected her with?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But there was no choice.
My God. What have you done to her?
Lasha, I saved her life and I risked mine to keep her safe. For 6.5 years, I paid for her care and visited her in secret. I raised and protected Nicholas from that demon and bided my time.
Waiting for what?
On Nicholas's 7th birthday, between nightfall and daybreak, all of Elena's minions were gone from the island. Nicholas's inheritance came under my control. It wasn't a bloodless coup, but it was effective. And from that day until this, your mother has received the finest care money could buy. Specialists from all corners of the world. Maybe her daughter can reach her now when no one else could.
Why are you doing all of this?
It's my final act of devotion. Further tokens of esteem would be inappropriate given my current change in circumstance.
You're married?
Yes. Yesterday, to Barbara Spencer, which makes us in-laws. Back where we started.
That's insane. You don't love her.
What I love, I cannot have.
Then what? You married her just for revenge?
You think I would?
In a heartbeat.
Then you underestimate me. No matter. Your expectations are no longer my concern. Once you're reunited with your mother, I'll be free. And so will you.
She's up there?
Yes. In the tower room.
The window is the same as the one in the game.
Which is why we have to hurry. I had no idea Helena was able to leave the island, much less engineer a computer game.
How could she if you have all the power now?
Well, obviously she still has her greatest strength, the ability to cause pain. She'll never control Nicholas or the family again, but she can still torture you. Now I can stop her as soon as your mother is safe.
Why didn't you tell me the truth before?
I wanted to give her to you as a wedding gift. I suppose in a way I have. Go to her, Lasha. I'll wait here. And whatever you find, I did the best I could.
Thank you.
Lasha! No! Lasha! Lasha! Help! Help! Somebody help! Come on! Yes, I need an ambulance. I need a fire truck. There's been an explosion. That's 13 Keep Street. 13 Keep Street. Be here now. Come. Lasha! Lasha! Somebody help! Help!
Needs. Saturday night, it's too hot for daytime.
Atonement. Revenge.
Tell me you didn't kill Laura.
I am still the man you love.
Why don't you promise?
Take back your life.
Go away.
Stand beside me.
The most shocking General Hospital ever. Twist of Fate, Saturday night on ABC.
Do me a favor, okay? Keep an eye on that underage kid back there.
Who?
Cassadine kid. Do not serve him under any conditions.
I wouldn't dream it. I mean, as if Luke would want to encourage him.
Oh, it seems like that boy is getting enough encouragement from Catherine Bell.
Mike! Give me a bottle of scotch and a straw.
How about I make you some coffee?
How about you check out the name over the door?
And give me a drink. Look, Luke, I know you're up against it, and I know you're missing Laura real bad. But you're a lousy drunk, and I'm not going to help you get any lousier.
But I would have to cheat.
What the hell is this? I can't seem to keep the Cassadines out of my life. My marriage, hell, now they're even in my club.
Luke, Be nice, man.
What the hell are you doing here, little boy?
You want to throw me out, old man? Go ahead, try.
Nicholas, don't. Luke, come on. He's just a kid. You don't need to take your bad mood out on him.
If he's just a kid, what does that make you?
Yeah, come on, that's enough.
Okay, you know what? You need to move out, okay?
Fine. That's fine. I don't need to be here. No. You know, I really hope my mother never forgives you. I hope you die a lonely, bitter old man.
You do? Is that your attempt at a pathetic Cassadine curse?
No. It's my greatest desire.
Well, I guess we know what that makes her.
Guys, get your masks on! Damn it! Your masks on!
Mac, what the heck's going on?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you're gonna have to move back. Max Scorpio, Port Charles Police Commissioner. The Rochester Police contacted the Spencer residence and said that Laura Spencer was involved in this fire somehow.
Not a fire. There was an explosion. Looks like the gas line.
Why were we notified?
Well, beats me, kid.
Maybe he's the guy with the answers.
Now, what's he doing here?
No, leave me alone. Sir, you could be...
Get away from me! I don't need your help!
Cassadine! Where's my mom?
If you have any compassion, you will take him away from here now.
Why?
You take him away.
Why? Tell me what you know.
This guy, he says he saw a woman go into the house right before the explosion. Lana, Levy,
Laura Spencer?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're lying, you're lying!
No, get him away! Get him away, please!
Just calm down, please.
Get him
Anything
away.
this guy has to say, I can handle it, Mac. Let me go.
All right, you want the truth? You be man enough to handle it. I brought your mother here. I brought her here. She went into that building to be with her mother. I tried to get her out. I tried, Lucky. I swear I did.
Lucky.
I did.
My mom isn't dead. It's just another one of your Cassadine tricks, man.
Easy, we'll let you go.
Huh? You couldn't kill me in a swamp. You thought you'd fake me out, huh? I don't think so. Mac, he hates us, man. He hates us because we know the truth about him. We know they're all killers, man. They're all killers.
Lucky,
You didn't kill my mom because she ain't dead.
Calm down. I want you to calm down. Cassadine, you better be damn sure about your facts. Officer, are there any survivors in there?
Oh, not a chance, sir. They've recovered 2 bodies already. Both of them are women.
You said Laura went in to save who?
Your mother.
You see? He's lying again. That grandma's been dead for years, and you would know because you killed her.
No, she has been in a sanitarium in Greece all these years, Lucky. I just brought her here to Port Charles a few months ago. For your... When your mother found out that Leslie was in there, she ran for the building. There was an explosion. I started after her. I tried to get her, and there was another explosion. It knocked me to the ground. I got up. The place was on fire. I couldn't
Don't
do
even
anything.
say it, man.
I couldn't
Don't
do
even
it.
say it. My mom is dead. I hate you.
Right.
Damn, Mac, I want my dad. I want my father.
All right, we're gonna go find him. We're gonna find your father. We're going back to Port Charles. I want to know the minute you ID the bodies.
Sir.
What you're saying is true. If my mom's dead, I will kill you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come over to the ambulance. I need to look at your injuries.
Well, it's gonna take more than wishing to turn a charming chap like me into a bitter, lonely old man.
There are other ways.
Time out 1 second. Come over here with me, would you?
There's no right to speak to me that way.
Well, unfortunately, you cannot control what comes out of Luke Spencer's mouth. Laura can't even do that. All you can do is outclass him and rise above this.
You can't tell me what to do.
Is that why you asked me to meet you here? So you could be in Luke Spencer's face?
Oh, why would you think that?
I didn't until a minute ago. But there is a lot of bad blood between your family and his. And I don't take kindly to being used.
I wasn't using you. But I'm sick and tired of having to check my last name at the door of every theater and every restaurant in town just to see if there's any enemies inside. I live here, and I have a right to go wherever the hell I want. You think they'd show a little gratitude after all we've done for them?
Hey, how about we turn you into a bitter, lonely young man?
You know, shame on you treating him like this. He is young enough to be your own son.
I don't need you to defend me.
Hey, Catherine, if he's that young, what's he doing in here? I ain't losing my license over you and your toys.
I have a news flash for you, Luke Spencer. There are some people around here who are getting pretty sick and tired of you. Who the hell do you think you are, intimidating a child?
I'm not a child.
You are disgusting and drunk. Is this how you treat your own kids?
Do I have kids?
Catherine, please. I'm serious. Would you just please leave?
Fine. I am not your mother, and if you insist on playing these macho, stupid games with Luke Spencer, knock yourself out. You're doing better than this.
Bye. Hey, where are you going? What do you say we get a few house rules straight before I get any older?
Luke, why don't you give the kid a break?
Stay out of it, Mike.
No, excuse me. I don't think I...
Rule number 1, no children allowed in my club.
Whatever.
You understand?
Oh, great, now it's you.
Whoa, back off!
Your uncle killed my mother!
All right.
What?
Dad, there was a fire in Rochester tonight, just like in the video game. Stefan took Mom there, and he says she didn't get out alive.
What?
Police have not identified the bodies yet.
Bodies?
Bodies we talking?
They found 2 women.
Okay.
You say Stefan took Laura there?
That's what he says, but he's a liar, Dad. You know he's a liar. Come on, just tell me she's here. Come on, tell me she's here.
I don't know where she is.
All right, let's not everybody jump to conclusions.
Stay here with Mike and Sonia. That's what I have to do.
I'll go with you, Luke.
I do this alone!
Hey, buddy. Okay, we're almost finished here.
Are you sure there are no survivors?
No, sir. There's no survivors. You get home all right? Sir?
I'll be fine.
Luke,
I have to talk to you.
you already know, don't you?
Seafood?
Nicholas? Nicholas, are you here? Nicholas.
He hasn't come home yet. Oh, my goodness. Are you all right, Mr. Cassadine?
Have you been drinking?
Not enough to make a difference. I need to tell you something before you start hearing things.
Well, that makes two of us. So why don't I go first? Last night, in a private ceremony, Bobby Spencer became Barbara Jean Cassadine.
What?
I married Stefan.
Please tell me you're on drugs.
I married him, Luke. That's all there is to it.
Oh, no. Barbara, you gotta help me out here. What are you saying? I mean, you married Stefan Cassadine?
Yeah, I married him.
How could you do this to me?
There you go again, making this about you. Luke, my marriage, read my lips, mine. It has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me. Your husband just murdered my wife.
That was a very long time ago.
Yes, it was. But some feelings don't change with time. I loved you then. And I still do, Lasha.
Would you like me to call your wife?
Oh. My wife, yes. Of course. Did she go out?
She went to a place called the Brownstone to pack up a few things, she said.
Has her brother come by?
No, not to my knowledge. Are you sure you're all right? You look very shaken, if you don't mind my saying so.
Well, there was a death in the family.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I have notifications to make, so if you don't mind...
Of course. If there's anything I can do,
I'll call you, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't know that you would have company.
Neither did I.
So what, you were just in the neighborhood, thought you'd stop by?
Actually, I was. That's me. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing.
Oh, no, please, it happens to me all the time.
Oh, mine never rings anymore. I wonder where that is.
Excuse me, will you?
Oh, please, yes.
Thank you. Alexis Davis.
Laura Spencer was killed in an accident tonight. I need to find Nicholas.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I have to leave. Something came up. You will at least consider my offer?
Well, my hands are awfully full at the moment.
There'll be life after Dorman, I promise.
Even so, I'm taking things one step at a time. This hasn't been the most stable year I can remember. You may have heard that.
It might be a good time for you to go back to work. I'll be bugging you. It was nice seeing you, Lucy.
You too.
Thank you.
You bet.
Well, this has just got to be fascinating. What did that Cassadine person want with you?
Justice?
That's okay. I'll leave. You guys can talk about whatever you want to.
Laura Spencer is dead.
What? Good Lord.
What happened?
When?
I called Mac regarding another matter. He told me something about a gas leak in a house in Rochester. I'm not sure.
What about Luke?
He wasn't there, but apparently Stefan Cassadine was.
Are you hurt?
No. I'm glad you're here. Now I can look for Nicholas.
Wait.
No,
Just a minute.
you don't understand.
I do understand, maybe more than you at the moment. Now, it's late. Nicholas will be home soon. You are not in any condition to go looking for him.
Did you hear what I told you on the phone? Laura Spencer is dead. Nicholas's mother is dead. Now, he cannot hear that from anyone but me.
I'm not arguing the point. I'm just saying that in order to do Nicholas any good, you have got to be in control of yourself.
Aren't I?
Come on, sit down. Come on, sit down. Let's go. What happened?
There was an accident.
A car accident?
A building exploded. She was inside.
It's horrible.
Nicholas loves her, you know. He may not have said it, but he loves his mother, and he should have been able to get to know her, to have some time with her. They were supposed to! That was the point of everything! Everything! I made a horrible miscalculation.
That happens. And we go on.
Well, it isn't that easy, Alexis.
No, but we do it anyway. Now, Stefan, think. Just think. Does he have a friend? Is there some place where you know he might be right now?
Yes. Why didn't I think of something so obvious? You'll wait?
You know I will.
Thank you, cousin. Now, wait by the phone. Call me if you hear anything.
So is this where we are? That you would say anything to hurt me? Luke, Laura is not dead, and certainly not by the hands of my husband.
Sorry, Bobby. What, have you been married 24 hours? Already I'm a liar.
Oh, you know, you are so unreasonable when it comes to the Cassadines. It's like that time you planted those drugs on Nicholas. Right now, you'd say anything to hurt me, right? What is this? Why? Why? To pay me back for marrying Stefan? Huh?
No. Tell me it's not true. Laura's not dead. Lucky? Does Lucky know? Nicholas? Oh, God, poor Stefan.
Poor Stefan.
Hey, like it or not, this is going to break his heart.
Barbara, he murdered her! She's dead! He drove her to Rochester and watched while she was blown to bits!
whatever happened, it's bad, isn't it?
Yes, hon, it's bad.
Laura Spencer was in an accident. She didn't make it.
Lucky's mom is dead?
You want to give him a call?
Right away.
I'm going to go upstairs and check on Lulu.
I'll get it. Hello.
Hi, Lucky, it's Emily. I just found out about your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I understand how you feel. I really do.
I know you do.
I'm not doing anything right now. I could come over.
Oh, no, that's okay.
No, it's not a big thing. I mean, we could just hang out. It wouldn't even be like we had to talk or anything. If you don't feel like it.
You know, that's really nice of you, but I gotta stay and help Aunt Ruby with Lulu and everything, but, thanks for calling. I'll see you later.
Lucky.
You heard?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
You know, I think it best that we not tell Lila till morning. This won't go down very easily.
For once, we're in agreement.
Laura is gone? I mean, are we positive about this? There's not a mistake?
I pulled rank as city councilman. I got it straight from the horse's mouth. Cops said that they found 2 bodies and that the identification would have been difficult, except Laura had her wedding ring on her.
No. Maybe you'd better tell me how she died.
Can we sit down? There was an explosion.
What exploded?
A building that he took her to.
You keep saying that, but why? Where?
Stefan's been holding Laura's mother in Rochester.
Oh, look, that's impossible. Leslie Weber's been dead.
Leslie died tonight, Bobby. In the explosion with Laura. Laura went to Leslie's grave every week since we've been here. Stefan knew that. And he also knew that Leslie was alive because he had her locked up. Now, are you starting to comprehend the magnitude of what we're dealing with here, little sister?
How did you find out Leslie was alive?
Stefan wanted us to know. He left a trail. This stupid game that miraculously appeared on Lucky's computer and almost got Lucky killed. Then Stefan took Laura. He took her to where Leslie was and he murdered them both.
The man you are describing is a monster.
Your husband, Bobby. Give him to me.
I don't know where he is. He got a phone call and he left. What do you want me to do?
An annulment would be a good start.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Then we have to get Lucas.
Barbara!
He's at Windermere.
I can only imagine what you've been telling her.
The truth.
Your truth. Things as you perceive them to be.
I perceive that my wife is dead. Can you dispute that?
No.
And Leslie, all these years, you had Laura's mother locked up. just for the pleasure of blowing them both to kingdom come.
No, that is not what happened, Barbara.
What, Stefan?
You're gonna listen to him?
Yes, she will. Please, Barbara. You want the truth? Here it is. Elena gave me the order to kill Leslie Weber. I defied those orders, and I kept her alive all these years. Now, it was my plan to reunite Laura with her mother once my mother was no longer a threat. Elena's health recently took a turn for the worse, and I had Leslie moved to a location in Rochester to await that reunion. I never meant for anyone to die. Least of all, Laura.
That's right. Tell your new wife all about it, Stefan. Tell her how you got Laura to go into the building. Did you tell her her mother was in there? Sure you did. You told her Leslie was waiting and couldn't wait to see her. And then she just ran in, didn't she? He's a liar. If Elena wanted Leslie dead, she would have been dead all along. He's pulling these strings. This is his game. He murdered them both. And if you don't get away from him, Bobby, you're going to be next.
I am not a killer! Barbara, please. Could we sort this out later when we're alone? I came here hoping I would find Nicholas with you.
Oh my God, Nicholas.
Does he know?
Lucky told him.
Where'd he go?
To hell, I hope. Come on, Barbara, let's go get Lucas.
No, Luke. He's my husband. I have to hear what he has to say.
Then you deserve whatever you get.
As angry as I've been at her, and I admit it freely, Laura was Nicholas's mother. I would never have done anything to hurt her.
Okay. Look, we're not going to solve anything right here, right now. Why don't we just go home? And we'll find Nicholas and we'll help him through what he has to face. And the rest we'll just take as it comes.
Nicholas? Is he back yet?
Sorry.
No calls, nothing?
I take it you struck out too.
I was hoping to find him with Barbara, but he wasn't there.
Barbara, I'm very sorry about Laura. I know that you two were close.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you know, not always up front where you could tell, but when the important things happened, yeah, we were family. I'm gonna go check on Lucas.
Well, according to Luke, Lucky told Nicholas about his mother. I don't like it. I want him home.
Why are you acting like this? Stop trying to control him. Give him some slack. If he did find out about his mother, then maybe he needs some time to grieve in private. I can only imagine that his feelings for her are complicated. Give him a second to sort it through.
Sort it through. Straighten it out. Solve things. We're all spouting this stuff as if there's some possibility of eventual acceptance. Laura's death is unacceptable. Now, how do I ask Nicholas to do what I already know is impossible?
okay?
I'm hanging in. Just started showing up when they heard.
Hey, pal.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Ella. It's a tough day for you and that boy that you take care of him.
Lou.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's too hard.
There's a question.
It's like my whole life was in two parts. Before Laura and after Laura. I can't imagine that house today. Or next week, or next year. I'd be so lost without her.
Aunt Bobby at Cassadine.
Yeah.
But does she know? No, Dad, does she know?
I told her about your mother everything she needed to know. She has made her choice.
You want me to get it?
Please, thank you. Go ahead.
Hey.
Hey, Sonny.
Hey.
Take that up to Ruby. Breakfast there.
Listen, there's coffee or some muffins.
excuse
They're
me.
still warm from when Amy brought them over.
Hello? Yeah, Mac. I see. I see. Surprised? No, that wouldn't be the word. All right. Rochester is calling Laura's death accidental. Leak in the gas line. So that means it's up to me again to find the freak with a match. All right, Sonny, what am I supposed to do? Just stay here and eat crumb cakes and casserole while the cops call this an accidental death?
Look, you know, Rochester doesn't know the history. Everybody here does. We all know a lot about it. I think at least you would get a very good wrongful death suit out of this.
Sue him? Sue him? Get money for it? Luce, no amount of money is gonna bring her back. I don't want money in payment. I want blood.
You're right. Double murder charges is what he should be facing. So why don't you let me take it up with Max Scorpio for you? Think of it as my contribution.
Yeah, Sonny's right. It's a very good idea. Let him iron it out with Mac, okay? I will get that.
Thanks.
Morning.
Oh.
Delivery from Wyndham's.
Yeah, hi.
You got an ID for that, partner?
Wait, Sonny, he's okay. His name's Michael, and he delivers my way all the time. It's probably just somebody wanting to do something for the family. There you go. Thanks, Michael. I'll see you later.
Take care of this.
Yeah. Do you want to see what it is?
Yeah.
All right, go to Mitchell. Tell him he's got one chance to make it right. The cops have one chance only.
Wow, it's Christmas presents, and there aren't any tags on anything. What is this? It's from the toy department at Wyndham's and the men's department.
Mom sent him. She asked me to come with her and take Lulu to see Santa, but went to Wyndham. She wanted me to try on some pants. She knows I hate trying on pants. When we were in line to see Santa, she just went off. She said she wasn't gonna let Christmas sneak up on her this year.
You know what? Why don't I just take these and put them somewhere?
No, you know, I'll take them to the basement.
I never think about Christmas. She never forgot.
Come here.
Maybe Nicholas just needs to be alone now. There is a kind of grief that you just can't share with anyone else. And you said yourself, he cared a lot more for Laura than he was ever able to let on. And if he were to come back here, he'd just have to hide it from you, knowing how you felt about her. You did warn him against her. And you never forgave her for leaving him.
Barbara.